Welcome everyone, this is the 31 Days of Dread, and I am your host, Peter A. DeLuca, aka PAD, and this is where we do one horror movie a day for the entire month of October. That's 30, if you can't count, that's 31 movies celebrating the greatest genre of them all, the greatest experimentational platform of them all, the greatest young filmmaker discoverer of them all. It is horror, 31 days coming at you. Look out, ghouls and ghosts, it gets spooky. Alright everyone, coming out of that intro hot, this is what I call the telethon portion of the podcast. This is where I pitch myself to you for your support. Your support means everything to me because we're fighting, the AKAPAD army is fighting against algorithms everywhere. Algorithms, I ate some cereal earlier today, I dumped it into my bowl and it was full of algorithms. Okay, bad joke. Alright. Sharing this podcast, telling your friends about it, leaving comments, leaving reviews. This is how we grow AKAPAD's audio audacity. Your support there is more valuable than anything other than like a high five in person, because I'd love a high five in person. Welcome to day 6 of the 31 Days of Dread. It's October 6th and we're talking 2017's masterpiece, Annabelle Creation. And I'm calling this movie a masterpiece very simply because it affected me. It freaked me out. I watched this movie in the pitch darkness. A lot of times when I watch a movie, I literally just got done watching Black Widow. And, you know, I waited until it got a little cloudy here in Philly so I can dim my lights. I even had to fix my my sound system real quick so I can have as much focus as possible, so I can have as much of the intended experience, you know, like watching the movie. Okay, so it's pitch black when I'm watching Annabelle Creation. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Maybe 3. I don't know. I only got a few hours sleep last night. And this movie, not only, again, full of tropes, but there is no on-screen creature that was used perfectly, artfully, as what we saw with the first Insidious, that black and white Darth Maul looking dude. The demon in this movie is some of the scariest stuff I've ever seen. And I was so rattled. I was so freaked out from the last 35, 40 minutes of this movie. And the whole movie is just nothing but girls running throughout a house, being stalked by this thing. No adult in sight, because, you know, we have to kill the adults and then get rid of the oldest adult, so that the kids, again, we saw a lot of this with Conjuring 2. Just so we're fearful for the kids. And I wanted to record. And I literally waited till daylight to record. And I can't remember the last time a movie has done this to me. It is crazy. And I heard that this one was good. I heard that this one of the 3 Annabelle... I mean, how many Annabelle movies do we have? I believe we have 3. Of the 3 Annabelle movies, Annabelle Creation, and Annabelle Comes Home. Which I assume Annabelle Comes Home is the one that leads either... I guess it's after The Conjuring. It's not before. I don't know if they explain. I guess they don't. They don't explain how the, our investigative couple, right, the Warrens, it doesn't explain how they get a hold of the doll. I'm 50-50 on just continuing doing this franchise, but I do want to wrap up this James Wan run here. We do have Spiral coming up, a movie I am absolutely curious about. Just Chris Rock, Samuel Jackson ending up in a Saw movie. How do you not love that? Also, I thought I nailed all of the Conjuring universe movies, but The Curse of La Llorona came out April 2019, which I did watch. I don't think I finished it though. I had no idea that was a part of The Conjuring, so I have to research that a little bit. Now, we also have a sequel to The Nun coming, and we have The Crooked Man coming. That's another one of the demons featured in Conjuring 2. Conjuring 2 is gold. Really is. There's so much that's being spun out of Conjuring 2. So, yeah, just like last night, I'm still like venting, but last night I put on, I bought it from Amazon because it was $10, Amazon Prime, but I bought Detroit Rock City because I absolutely love Kiss, and it's been a little bit too long since I've seen that movie. I recently just watched Fanboys. That's a really good like 1-2 combo, and I just needed it as almost like a brain palate cleanser, because again, the violence in Annabelle Creation is there, the blood is there, the like the demons taking control. And here's the thing, as these movies progress, they're figuring out more of the formula to like scare you from what the demon is doing. It's not just like a slamming a door, throwing a plate at you, even though there is plenty of that. But these demons, if you're in their presence for too long, they will kill you. And it's very much like a slasher effect. And again, like, I'm sure these are concepts that are mulled over, that are rehearsed, that are refined as you go from movie to movie, because at this point we have to imagine that there is an office building committed to making Conjuring movies. So we do have a body of people, we have a body of creatives, and the way that they're defining and redefining these tropes, I mean, it really is, it's so unique. So when it comes to the Conjuring films timeline, I'm going to tell you about the director too, because I feel like that the guy who directed this movie is one of the best in the game. But here's the Conjuring films franchise. I'm just reading Wikipedia to you. 1952, The Nun. 1955, Annabelle Creation. 1967, Annabelle. 1971, The Conjuring. 1972, Annabelle Comes Home. 1973, The Curse of La Llorona. 1977, The Conjuring 2. 1981, The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. And here's the awesome thing. Like, everything stems from The Nun. So that flashback that we get with The Nun, that exposition about that demon being raised, perfect. Like, right? I mean, it all comes to, Nun's like the point zero. The one Easter egg I loved in this movie too was the demon possesses the girl, possesses like the doll. Like, there's a little bit of just toggling, but the girl gets adopted because she escapes at the end of the movie. The family that adopts her gives her a Raggedy Ann doll, which is a facsimile of the original Annabelle doll. I saw that because I remember when I first saw The Conjuring, like when I saw that in the theater, I looked up that doll, and it's a Raggedy Ann doll, which is fine because that's publicly like trademarked. It's probably public domain visually by now, but you do want something unique. You want something yours, and you want something that you can control. So you recreate it. Perfectly fine. But that was an awesome Easter egg, and the way how this movie wraps up, which is again the curse, the murder, the death continues, and it jumps forward like 18 years because the girl, becomes a teenager and then goes on a murdering spree in her neighborhood. Really cool, really creepy, super well done. This movie made for $15 million, which is like, amazing. It makes about 300 million. So these movies, probably in all, the biggest return on investment. I think it's almost 2 million with 140 budget. It's insane. So Sandberg, David F. Sandberg, this is our director. He is beyond capable. You might know him because I loved the movie he made right after this, Shazam. Shazam is such a dead-on movie. This guy understands kids and putting kids on screen, putting kids on camera, because he's maybe the only guy in film history to have back-to-back stellar performance from kids. 2017, Annabelle Creation. 2019, Shazam. 2023, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which was teased at the some DC Comics event. DC's Fandom, that's what it's called. But everyone, I cannot recommend this movie enough. I really cannot. Watch this movie, but watch The Conjuring first. Get familiar with Annabelle, and then watch Annabelle Creation. It will freak you out. 31 Days of Dread. Tomorrow, day 7, we have Chris Rock in Spiral, and we're wrapping up the James Wan Love Fest. Let's go, people. Rock and roll. And to continue this telethon, we're not talking about high fives. There's other ways to support me. I'm a living professional. I'm a full-time freelancer. Anything you see on this, like here on this podcast, or see my social media, I make everything. It's all made by me. That's a part of my pitch to you. And you can purchase professional services through AKAPAD.com. That's a pipeline to me if you want to send me a message. But also, while you're there, you can sign up for my newsletter. You're going to get deals. You're going to get coupons. You're going to get 2 free trading cards mailed to you free worldwide. And they're 2 Wolfpack trading cards, 2 original characters, for upcoming comic book work. And speaking of comic books, you can go to Etsy, type in Uzi Susie, and that's where you're going to find my mini comic. You can purchase existing issues and pre-order upcoming issues along with bundles if you missed any, like issue 1, 2, or 3 or whatever. There, Uzi Susie is waiting for you. And keep an eye on Indiegogo. A lot of my bigger comic book projects will be available through Indiegogo. All of those updates will be here on this podcast, so if you're a regular listener, I'll let you know. We can rock and roll from there. So everyone, thank you so much, and feel free to reach out to me on social media, AKAPAD69, Instagram, and Xbox. That's right, you can play Halo with me. Just straight up AKAPAD on Twitter, straight up AKAPAD on the Facebook. My business page is there. My personal page is there. Hey, be a personal friend of mine. I don't care. Let's talk movies. Let's talk creativity. Let's talk fun, and just who cares? Do you like, the Transformer movies? I love them. We can talk about that all night. So meet me there, and we'll rock and roll. Let's get talking. We got a movie to discuss.